Welcome and welcome back, everybody. Tabletop Toki here, and in today's video, we'll be doing a solo playthrough of The Cursed Castle, which is a solo roguelike dungeon crawler from Vesselin Games. During the course of the playthrough, I'll give a tutorial about how the game is played, and be sure you stick around for the end of the video where I share my thoughts about the game in general. A huge shout out to Vesselin Games for providing a pre-production copy for review here today, but without further ado, let's get started. Here's a game of The Cursed Castle set up and ready to play. Over the course of the game, you'll be controlling a party of up to 3 heroes who are delving into the depths of the Cursed Castle. For setup, start by selecting or randomly selecting 3 heroes, placing them with their white side up and placing their matching equipment nearby. You can then take these 6 abilities and place them in a row with their white ability side up. To form the dungeon deck, you'll choose all of the cards of a particular dungeon. For today, we'll be playing through Dungeon 1, which is indicated in the bottom right corner of the cards. You'll then shuffle those cards up and insert the merchant card somewhere near the middle of the deck, as well as the blue bordered Miniboss for that particular dungeon. And again, that will go somewhere randomly towards the middle of the deck. You'll then select or take a random final boss and put it at the bottom of your dungeon. If you wish to play with modifiers to make that final boss even more challenging, you can shuffle those and set them to the side, but we will not be using them today. You can then take the 3 black dice and your 3 white hero dice and place them somewhere accessible. All the remaining components can be placed in reach. During the course of each round, we will be delving to a new depth. You'll start by flipping over cards from the dungeon deck. Your play area will hold up to 3 enemies, which you need to defeat. You're also going to create a 4th row for these red bordered cards, and those will stack on top of each other one at a time. If you draw a barricade, you'll slide it down and place the next enemy on top of it. So here we have a drag, and here we have another mimic. Had we pulled another red border card, it would have gone on top of our raven, and that would be the card we're dealing with. So you will always have at least 3 slots, but at most you'll have 4. After you set up your encounter, you're going to roll the 3 black dice and place them on their corresponding cards. Slot 1 would be all the way to the left, 2, and then 3. These will be the cards that are activated during the resolution phase. You'll then roll your 3 white hero dice. These will be able to be assigned to various abilities. If you place a die in the first slot, regardless of the value, you'll get a cube of that color. Dice of any value can also be used for the right effect of the card, which will help you modify dice or manipulate endgame cubes as well. However, if you play a die in the left slot with the matching number, not only will you get a cube of that color, but you will also additionally get the bonus indicated on the right. Each ability can only be used once per round. Similar to our abilities, we have the unique equipment for your heroes, which will be activated using dice or cubes. And each of your heroes will be able to be activated once per round as well. Certain challenges will require you to reach a certain skill level. For example, this mimic needs a 5 or higher. So I would simply take a die, add it to the value of the skill modifier for that hero in order to place a black cube on there and say that it is completed. However, I could also use cubes that I've accumulated through other methods and place them down on the hero's attack, which could also trigger a unique ability. It's important to note, though, that a hero cannot perform a skill and an attack in the same turn. Once you've placed all of your dice in cubes, you'll resolve all the actions starting with your leftmost hero, working your way down, moving to your enemies from slot 1 to 4. For enemies with black dice that have not been defeated, you will resolve the effect listed on the top left of the card. However, if they do not have a die on them and have not been defeated, then the effect in the top right of the card will trigger instead. Defeated enemies will not trigger either side and will just be removed. If at some point you do damage an enemy but are unable to defeat it completely, they will still trigger. However, these cubes will stay on that enemy between rounds. Any cards in that 4th pile will always trigger the top ability if you do not complete it. Certain skills may have timer icons, which means that regardless of whether they're defeated or not, you will discard them. And some will have a lock icon, meaning that they will persist from round to round. After that, you'll do a quick cleanup phase of resetting dice and cubes, discarding completed dungeon cards, sliding them down to the left, and setting up for a new round. As your heroes take damage, they will flip over to their red side for 1 damage and for a 2nd damage be defeated. If no heroes remain in your party at any time, you have lost the game. However, if you get 7 random final boss and defeat it, regardless of if there are other encounter cards out, you will have won the game. Before we jump in here, I do want to make a quick note that this is a pre-production copy, so the final version will look quite different in terms of production and components. There may also be slight changes to the rules or to certain balancing things with the components provided between now and the retail release. That being said, let's jump into our first round here, and we can just use the ones that we did for the setup explanation. So we're going to leave these out and roll our black dice. We have a 1, a 2, and a 3. Oh boy, lucky us. What a wonderful day. So we have the 1, 2, and 3 on there. And we're going to roll our white hero dice. We have a 1, a 3, and a 3. I think we definitely want to prioritize getting rid of these mimics because they will cause us to lose equipment if we do not. Additionally, if we can reach a skill of 5 or higher, then we will be able to get a treasure. So we want at least 1 blue cube, probably hopefully a 5, and then a 7 for here. So I'm going to take this 3 and add it to the ranger's skill modifier of 4 in order to get a black cube of value 7. Which we need that or higher to get rid of the raven. And we definitely don't want this to trigger because the skull icon refers to corruption, which is a status that affects your entire party. Once you've accumulated 4 corruption, one of your party members will just die, regardless if they have 2 or 1 health left. So we definitely want to stay on top of that if we can. And we need to get to skill 5. So if I put this 3 on the champion, for example, that gets us 2 plus 3 is 5. So we can put that on our mimic. And then with this 1, even though it's not a 3, we don't get to change the cube color. That's fine since we want a blue cube. And we'll put it on the Anchoress so that she can trigger her heal ability, which doesn't help us right now, but she can use that die then to defeat the other mimic. So going from left to right, we've resolved our heroes. The mimic doesn't trigger because it has been defeated, and we get a treasure token for that. So we have a plus or minus 1 modifier. Excellent. That right over there. Our dreg is going to trigger, however, since they have that die on them. So we're going to look at that top left corner, which is 1 damage. So we need to decide which of our heroes we want to damage. I think we're going to go with the champion because they already only have skill of 2 and they can only attack 1 enemy anyway. And they give us a die rotation to the other side. But if we place a cube on them now, we get a bonus red die to roll and use in the round. So I think that actually might be beneficial. It's kind of like a berserker-esque power where when you're at half health, you get more strength. So the mimic is done, the dreg is done, this mimic is defeated, and the raven is defeated. So we're going to do that little cleanup step here. If there were any cubes on the dreg, they would remain, but we didn't even touch him, so he's just going to slide down to the leftmost spot. These cards will be discarded to a location unknown, off camera, never to be seen again. And then we'll flip over our dungeon cards. Ooh, okay, so we have a Plunderer and a Marauder. No red cards for that 4th slot this round. Let's roll our black dice. We have 1, 3, 3. So the Plunderer will steal an equipment if we don't deal with them. And we're going to take some damage if we don't deal with the Dreg and the Marauder. Oof. Let's see what we get. We have 5, 5, 6. Ooh, that is not great. I think we want to go for reds because I really don't want to lose equipment. And red and blue here. We do have that plus or minus 1 modifier, but I don't know that that helps us because in order to get a blue cube, we need to get a value 3 die. Let's see. I can use the prayer scroll to place a cube and get a cube of a color. So which of these abilities seems the most helpful, or which cube, I should say? If I put a die here, I can actually reroll the other 2 and hopefully get a lower number, but that seems kind of tricky. And when we place the cube here, we will get that red die. So we just have to hope that we can get red, red, blue throughout that. So I'm going to put this 6 on the, let's put it on the plus or minus 1 to get a, or not on that, but on the arcane eye, the left side of it to get a red cube. We're going to place that red cube on the champion for an attack, which gains us the red die, which we'll roll. Okay, we got a 3, excellent. So we could get a blue outright, or we could haste and re-roll the other 2 dice, which I think we want to do. Yes, okay, and that also gets us a red cube. Okay, we have a 2, that's a little bit better, and a 6. Now the problem no, that should be fine. So we get a 2, which gives us a yellow. And because the number matches, we get a bonus yellow. So that's good. We can use one of those yellows and convert it into a blue. All right, and then we'll have red, red, blue. We need one more red. So we're gonna put this on duplicate just to get that red. Okay, so we can put these on the Anchoress and these on the Ranger, which triggers the Anchoress's heal ability. So that champion is going to heal back up to full health. We're going to slot our cubes in. We did significantly, I mean, I don't know. We also got that Raven unlock last round, but we're close, but not quite a cigar yet. So the Dreg is going to do 1 damage. We'll just damage our champion again. Poor guy. He's really taking a beating. And then that cube will stay there. The Plunderer has been defeated, so they will be discarded. The Marauder has also been defeated, so they will be discarded as well. All right. And then we're going to take back our dice and reset our encounter for round 3. We have another Dreg, double Dregs. And a ruffian? Yeah, that's how English works. Okay, so roll our dice here. So he needs a skill and a red die. Oh my, Dreg is really popping off. Let's roll our dice and see what we get. We have a 3, a 3, and a 2. Those are great numbers. We don't need a blue, but we can get a 2 here to get 2 yellow cubes. Perfect. Those definitely go on the Dreg, so I think we're going to use the Anchoress to heal the champion. And then we have a 3 and a 3. So we could get a yellow card. Oh, this is going to be dead. This won't do anything. The Ruffian will damage us though. So if possible, we want a red cube and then a skill check of 5. So we can do 4 plus 3 is 7. So that fulfills that. And with this 3, we can just place it on any of these red abilities on our champion. Perfect. So these will go here. This will go here. And then we should be all set. All dead. All dead. Go away, please. The Dreg luckily doesn't trigger because no die. So that inactive slot is going to happen instead, which lucky us is nothing. Okay, moving right along. We have another barricade. Uh-oh. And another barricade. Uh-oh. And a mimic. And another Dreg. Lovely. So we need all the yellow in the world this round. That will be interesting to see how that resolves. We have a 2, and a 3. Interesting. Okay. Whew, that's a little rough. And let's go ahead and roll our hero dice. We have a 2, and a 3. Hey, at least we're consistent. Definitely want those 2 yellow cubes. Beautiful. And we also want to do this. If we can get a 5 and a yellow cube, that would be great. So how do we do that? We also need more yellow cubes. Oh, okay. I have an idea. What if we use this ±1 token to change this 2 to a 1? Then we get a red cube and we can duplicate one of the yellows that we have like so. So these will be assigned to the Dreg along with one more yellow. And then we just need one more yellow cube for the mimic. Okay, so there's our yellow cube. No, wait. Hold on, because we need a 5 to get the treasure, which is unfortunate. So do we take the point of damage or do we lose the 2 equipment? I think we're going to have to take the point of damage. So we'll put these on the Anchoress instead. We'll put these on the Ranger, and 3 plus 2 gets us to 5, which means we've completed that skill and we'll get our treasure back that we spent. These cubes will go, should we just kill this Dreg? I think we should split it up, if I'm being honest. Oh, and this red cube does nothing. You can place it there actually to get another yellow. Oh, so we are actually pretty fine. So all of them will die. There we go. Should be good to go on that because again, this Dreg is just hanging out. At this point, he's like the unofficial 4th member of our party. Good old Greg the Dreg, just chilling out here. And our next encounter, we have, Deathbridge. So this is the Miniboss and our merchant. Excellent, that's gonna go in that 4th slot since it's a red card and it's gonna be covered up by the captive. And then we have a Marauder. Well, here, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And then we're gonna roll our hero dice. Okay, and you'll notice that the Death Bridge has a special icon, which is that star, that will actually allow us to upgrade one of our abilities to its enhanced side. I forgot to take our treasure from the Mimic. Let's take this one. A +2, interesting. So if we do the +2 with the 1, we can get a blue die using polymorph. And then we have 2 4s, which we would need a yellow and a red. Doesn't look great, honestly. Okay, instead, let's riposte and take the yellow cube. This ability lets us flip a die, which will give us a blue die here, and we could change the blue to something else, but I don't think we want to. So far we kind of have things lined up, something like that. Oh, that's not how colors work. Okay, and then we have one more. It would be really nice to get more than just the 1 cube out of this, but I don't see how we would do that. Instead, we are going to... The other option, instead of getting the blue die, is we could use the +2 on the 4 to make it a 6 and then turn it into a 1 to duplicate, which would thereby give us more. Or we could turn the 5 into a 2, which would get us duplicates, and then we would have that 4 left, but I think we want the 3 left. So let's try it. We'll get rid of the treasure to make this a 6. We're going to use that riposte ability to turn it into a 1, which lets us duplicate. We're gonna get the blue die with polymorph, or the blue cube, excuse me. And then we're going to duplicate that blue, like so. So we'll have blue on 2 different friends here, and then a yellow on another. And I think that's all we can do. So let's assign those. Do boom, boom, and boom. Oh my gosh, we're gonna die. That is not good, because the Death Bridge's ability is they trigger both the cards on the right and the left side, which means we're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we would die. So we can't do that. We gotta back up a second. Hold up a minute. Okay, let's just take it, roll it back. So this was the 4 with this, and this was the 3. So we're here where we got the 1 and the flip. We need a red die. We need to kill the Death Bridge. Just take the rest of the damage. We'll do that to get the blue. And instead of getting more dice, we'll just try not to lose the game this round, maybe? How's that sound? That gets rid of our +2. Oh no, it doesn't, because we just flipped the 4 to a 3, duh. And then we're gonna put this 4 wherever we get a red. Okay, I think that's it. So these 3, boom, boom, boom. Archer's lining it up. Everybody else is just lazy this round, I guess. So we have all those. The dragon's gonna do 1 point of damage to us. Boom, champion, sorry. The Death Bridge is defeated, thank goodness, and we're going to be able to level up an ability. So let's take a quick peek at that in a moment. And the Marauder is not defeated. It will do 2 damage. We don't want to be down 1 whole champion, so I'm gonna flip these. Unfortunately, they go from 4 and 3 skill down to 2 and 2. And instead of having 3 attacks and 2 attacks and a heal, we only have 1 attack and a protect. And this swapping a black die so that we have more agency over which of these cards will activate. The red cards have that time icon on them. They're going to be discarded. The captive is nice because it lets you get a 4th member into your party, like you recruit them. We're not anywhere near considering that in that round. So let's see, we need an upgrade. I would like to look for one that has a heal ability. We did use the flip, but I think we're more likely to want more cubes than a heal. Yeah. But this allows us to use 2 different die values to get the bonus. This allows us to change a red into a blue or reroll. And this allows us to get easier access to blue. So these both help us with blue. Being that all of our heroes are on their last leg though, I do think we want to upgrade riposte. We have a shrine. We're so close to getting more equipment. Another drag and another ruffian. Oh, let's see who's activating this round. We have our drag and our drag and our drag. So if they all activate, we'll be dead. Or if we aren't able to stop any combination of those things. Do that. A 1, a 3, and a 5. That doesn't look too bad. So we can definitely riposte and heal, which I think we need to do. We will heal the Anchoress because she also can heal us. We don't need any blue dice. So do we want to reroll the 5 maybe and get a red die? Get a yellow cube for that. Yeah, We'll do that and take a red, which can go towards the ruffian. And we can re-roll this if we would like to, or we could try to get 2 yellow cubes here instead somehow, but it doesn't quite work out. What if we go here and get, yeah, okay, if we go here, then instead of the red, we'll get a blue, and we can change that blue into a cube of our choice, which will take a yellow. These can go on the Anchoress to defeat the Dreg, which will allow us to heal our Ranger. And we have a choice here. Do we want to, oh, sorry, they're gonna go on the Dread to kill it. So we're gonna take 2 damage if we don't kill these, which I don't think we can. The question is, do we wanna go for the Shrine, which gets us another upgrade? I think we do. It just seems like more options is better, right? And this already has one of the things taken care of. Or do we get the ruffian down to half health? Let's go for the upgrade. That might be famous last words. We'll put it on the Ranger. 9 overkill, boom, that's great. And then we have these 2 here, so we don't take double damage from the Dreg, activating twice. So 1 damage from this Dreg, we will damage the Ranger. 2 damage, nope, no damage from this Dreg because they are dead. Good old Greg's still here though, hanging in. And then we have our Ruffian, which we will take, oh, 2 damage. So somebody's gonna die. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Oh, we will damage the Anchoress. And I think, unfortunately, even though they are the most skilled, our Ranger is going to be leaving our party. So we're down to 2 party members. We do get an upgrade from the Shrine, which I don't know, but that 1 cube would not have fulfilled the Ruffian. Maybe if we had duplicated or something, we could have pulled it off, but that seems pretty tricky. As far as what we want to upgrade, right now we can't use any 4s or 5s, so maybe we want this maybe we want to be able to get a blue die with a 4. That seems like it would be helpful. Or do we want more heal abilities? We're gonna try this so we have more flexibility because we've been rolling some high numbers. So moving on, maybe we'll visit the merchant and get more equipment here. It's not looking great. Nope, there's a raven and a shrine. Woo, okay, we're getting down to that last boss here, just a sneak peek. So we really have to be careful with what's going on and make sure this is all managed. Luckily, the shrine doesn't give us a negative effect if we don't address it this round. We're looking at a lot of cubes here. So, but a 1 and a 3 and a 3, which honestly it's fine. We just take corruption, so I'm not too mad about that. We definitely need to kill the ruffian then. And hopefully the Dreg. We have a 4, a 5, and a 6. That is way less good than what we just had. We get a +2. Oh man, that's great for skills, but we are good to go on skills. We just need cubes. My priority is the Ruffian. I don't want somebody to die, so we're gonna try to kill the Dreg as well, which means we need a whole lot of yellow dice. But we only have these. We'll just have to hope we get lucky with that red die as well. Let's take a low number and we'll put it onto Riposte to get a yellow. Actually, we'll go here for Maul, which gets us 1 yellow, or like here, whichever one. Oh, we can't even place 3 cubes unless we heal. Oh no. Oh, but the Anchoress will help us block a damage. Okay. We're fine. Woo! All right, we got a 1. Hey, so we could do Riposte. Gets us a yellow and a heal. So we can heal our Anchoress. Place this yellow here. Then she will heal. Oh, but we need to use 1 for skills. Whoa, we messed up. Okay, backing up just slightly. You tell it's been a long day. We're gonna get a red with that one because we need a red. That is what a smart person would do. See? We get the yellow, which gives us a heal. I wish I would have taken another heal now, but it doesn't really matter because, yeah, I was gonna say because the Anchoress will heal, but we're not doing damage, we're doing a skill. So there's that for 8. And then our champion. So we're taking 1 point of damage from the Dreg. Sorry, Anchoress. And then the Ruffian is defeated. For the Plunderer, we will be taking a corruption twice. So these tokens here. And then that is that. The shrine will get discarded, revealing the Raven. Ooh, which means we would be at 3 corruption. Oh gosh, and our boss is out. So the boss is really fun because they are considered to be in every slot. So their 1 slot will trigger once, their 2 slot will trigger twice, which means we are just all sorts of corrupt up in here. Yikes. So that's that. But we're going to do our best to hang in here. Can we get 5 cubes? Probably not. We could get 2 cubes here with the yellows, which helps us not a whole lot, because any one of these dice triggering will kill us, right? Because if we take 1 damage from the dreg, or like this die being here, like if we take 2 damage from the judge, we're just dead. We could potentially block 1, but putting these 2 dice here and here, we block 1, but we do that, kill it, and then we take 1 damage and block 1, but then we get 2 corruption, which kills our other hero. So that's not cool. Oh, we were so close. The thing is too that we don't have to kill these or address these other encounters. We only have to kill the judge, the boss, in order to win. But unfortunately, that is not looking great for us right now. We would need to get a heal in order to have more attack slots first. And then we would need to use that to heal. Okay, maybe we're cooking. Maybe there's something there. Duplicate is a 1 red die. Haste is a 3, so we might want to re-roll, but first we need something here. We really need a 1. So I'm going to put, because it is a, just kidding, a red cube, because it is a 3, we get those 2 re-rolls. Hopefully we get a 1. No dice. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. It's coming together. We can go here to get a red and a ±1 to make this a 1. Hey, what up? Actually, I'm going to wait on that because we can put this here to trigger getting this red die, which is a 5. Not particularly helpful. So we will do Arcane Eye to make this a 1. We will trigger Riposte, which will give us a yellow, and a heal. So we'll heal our Anchoress. We will place the red and the yellow on the Anchoress, which gets us a heal, so our champion will heal. And then we might not die completely. I don't know. We'll see. No, because we're taking 1, 2, 3 damage, and we will have defeated the point. Okay. It's happening. Oh, dear. So we're doing that because we have to. If we get 4 corruption, somebody's just dead, and we don't have enough health in our party cumulatively to make that a viable thing. That's okay. Greg survives. Kill another day. He's going to do 1 damage to our champion. Our plunderer is dead, so we are going to remove them. They do not trigger. And then this is going to go away. The judge is going to trigger. Oh, wait, just kidding. Those 2 dice too. We still get 2 corruption. Ah! So the Anchoress is going to take 2 damage. 1, 2. And then our champion, we're going to get those 2 corruption. I totally forgot about that, bringing us to 4. Which means our champion is dead. Well, we did get to the deepest depths of the first level of the Cursed Castle, but there are certainly areas that we could have improved in this playthrough, I would think. Going for that upgrade, I don't know that that was worth it. Unfortunately, we were unsuccessful, though we did get very, very close, and I feel very compelled to set it back up and try again because I feel like we're right there. But that is a solo playthrough of the Cursed Castle. So there you have it. That is a solo playthrough of the Cursed Castle. I personally really like dark high fantasy and games that can play that are quick and snappy with low rules overhead and not a lot of setup. That's really my bag. The Cursed Castle certainly does that and provides a lot of quick and interesting choices from turn to turn without being overbearing. I think a lot of dungeon crawl games specifically and fantasy games will have a million different status effects and tokens and enemies and rules that you need to learn, but the card system, die, cube system for managing those different attacks and how it all comes together in the Cursed Castle really presents a concise way of taking all that information and presenting it in a satisfying manner. I also love how quick and snappy the turns are, the decisions. You do have to see how things chain out, but it's not a long haul process. You're really reacting to kind of what's happening in the moment And then at certain critical points, deciding, okay, long term, what am I really working towards? Which abilities do I want to flip? Which heroes do I want to exhaust? And how does that play out? I love roguelike games because I am not a big campaign, big picture, lots of investment type of person. I like getting in and getting out, just like a quick little hit, and then we're good to go until next time. And this game really provides that. So if you're looking for a very snappy solo experience with an alluring package, then I would definitely recommend checking out The Cursed Castle. And that's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful and want to help games like The Cursed Castle and other amazing board games get out to a wider audience, feel free to click the like button and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, so thank you in advance. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below as well what other solo games are on your radar. There are so many coming out these days, and I really love being able to share games like The Cursed Castle with y'all, and in return be exposed to and hear about new games too. Thanks so much as always for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye. The 1 can be used to duplicate, so let's do a 3. Oh, just kidding. Those are not our dice.